Hi there, thanks once again for joining another episode of The Journey Amplified. Well, if you're familiar with international students within the Francophone community at the University of Moncton, you might be familiar with our guest today. Today, I'll be interviewing Jovial Orlachi Osundu, who is the president of the International Students Association at the University of Moncton at the Moncton campus. It's such a pleasure to have you here with me today,
Well,
Jovial.
thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. So, Jovial, first of all, we want to get to know you. I know that the first time we connected, it was on LinkedIn and you had reached out and I was like, oh, just another Nigerian within the community. It was exciting to know that we were having more people growing within the community.
Yes.
But then I started to meet you and see you at events, and I saw a different version of you. I had taken for granted that you're Nigerian, but
Yes.
then when I started to see you within the Francophone community, I was like, oh my, I need to know more about
Yes.
Jovial. So can you tell us about that journey? Nigerian, the official language in Nigeria is English amongst other languages and cultures. So how did you pick on as a French speaker?
Well, this is thanks to my parents. We did French immersion, so all my family, we speak French. My family moved in the French country, and that's how I learned how to speak French. And I studied in French. My brothers, we 100% did the French immersion before I came to Canada.
Where was this? What country?
Gabon.
In Gabon?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. So
Yes.
how long were you in Gabon for?
Well, I grew up there, and my family is still in Gabon, so.
That's
That's it.
interesting.
We are in Nigeria.
So you're not a typical Nigerian then?
Well, I'm a world citizen, so I'm just living up and down, living in other people's country.
I love that, a world citizen.
Yes, I am.
That's interesting. Okay, so we really want to know who you are. I know that you are the president of the international students at UDM at the
Yes.
Moncton campus. How did that come about? How did that start?
Well, elections, and it happened 2 years ago. I got reelected last year. I was feeling that I wanted to do something. I wanted to be involved in the case that was close to my heart. Living in Gabon, I have always been an international student. I have always studied in other people's countries. So the international student reality is not something that I discovered in Canada. It has always been my reality. So I wanted to be involved in something that was close to my heart, that was a reality that I was facing every day in my daily life, and that's why I decided to run for presidency. And it happened that international students wanted to have me there, and they wanted to have me there again 1 year ago. So it's been a 2 years journey.
2 years.
Yes,
How long have you been a student there?
4 years.
Oh, that's
So I was, before being the president, I was a vice president at the student union of UDM. So we have the student union and we have the International Student Association. So kind of, the student union represent everybody, but we just represent the international student, which is 37% of the students on the campus right now.
37%.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes, it is.
So what's that role been like?
Well, advocacy. In the past years, there have been so many challenges. The numbers of hours were reduced, immigration changes, and the targets, the student permits numbers were reduced by the immigration policies. So we were really out there for the past 2 years, and I think it's really part of the reason that I am known today, because I didn't feel shy to be out there, because like I said, I have always been an international student, and I know what it takes, and I wasn't afraid to talk about it. It was just there, and I did it, and I was really, really supported by my peers. I had mentors, I had people supporting me up and down. My family was behind, so it's been a nice journey.
That's interesting. So this advocacy journey and this role that you have taken, is that what took you into the member of parliament with the Acadian youth?
Well, I applied for it. So each 2 years, La SNA, Société de l'Acadie de Nouveau-Brunswick, so the Acadian Society of New Brunswick, they organize this event, and you just have to apply and explain why you want to be part of this, and you pay. There is a fee to pay. There is a fee attached, and I had the chance to be selected to go there. So I would say that maybe the fact that I was a president, that I am a president, and all the community involvement that I have been doing for the past years is contributed for me being selected. But yes, you have to apply, and they have to review the candidacy and see if you can be a good fit for it. So thank you so much for having me.
Do you want to speak more about that, about your role being a part of the parliament?
Well, it was a simulation, and I really felt honored to be sitting in the wheelchair of an MLA at the Legislative Assembly. And I came to Canada. I was 20 years old, so I didn't really have the chance when I was younger and back in my country to be involved in any political cause or any political way. I was kind of protected, kind of being with my family. So it was really a great opportunity for me. And I had to learn more about the way the Canadian politics works. It was a simulation, but I was with other youths like me that was really interested in the political world, and I really did so much connections there. So it's going to be taking place in the next 2 years, so 2017. 2017?
Yes.
Yeah. 2027. 2027, that's what I wanted to say. Please be part of this. Apply for it. You will really love the experience.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
So is this part of what got you the recognition and the award from the New Brunswick Multicultural Council as you were recognized for inspiration? I think it was the Inspiration Award.
Yes.
It was called. Was that what? Do you want to talk about that, and what does that mean to you?
Well, I got this award before being part of this experience, and it was last year, and the experience took place this January. So, no, I got the award before that, but I would say that the other services and the other opportunities that were given to me, I was already nominated for the 20 or the 40. Unfortunately, I didn't get the award. I was among the 40, but I think it is a bunch of, a whole pack of experiences, things that I have been doing that got me that award, and I'm really grateful. And it gives me the feeling that the causes, the reasons, the things that are close to my heart that I bring out there, what I say, people really listen to what I say and just consider it. So it was an encouragement for me.
Awesome. You've spoken a bit about your family. Do you have any family here?
No, I don't.
So how did they get to see and hear about all these achievements and recognitions that you've been receiving?
Well, I don't really talk about it. I don't know. In the first years, I was talking about it. I was like, this is what I do, this is what I do. But, we have different challenges and things that my family, we are 5, and there are other things that are more important than me. So I guess my family is aware of what I do, but not really. I don't really consider that I am doing more than that. I really feel like I'm just a young lady, a youth that is being involved in our community. So my family is behind me, but I don't really feel like I have to tell them every step of the day what I do, because it really doesn't matter.
That is very inspiring and shows a lot of strength and resilience for you as a young student here by yourself. Have you visited home or?
Not yet, unfortunately.
Not yet. And has anybody visited since?
No.
So I can see that you have integrated with the community here.
Yes, I did.
You seem to have a very huge family within the community.
Moncton, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I think that I really build these connections because I'm a really easygoing person. I can get out of my comfort zone. And something that I really noticed with some international students, when they get to meet new people, we have so many challenges that when we meet someone like a stakeholder, we feel like we need to tell this person about our challenges. We need change. I'm looking for a job, and I meet someone randomly. I meet the mayor of Moncton, the mayor of Dieppe, and I want to tell him that, hey, you have jobs in Moncton and jobs in Dieppe, and this connection just dies there. I feel like we need to, just, hey, this is me, this is what I do, and just stop it there. And I really feel grateful to the people that, gave me the chance to speak my mind. And like I said, I have mentors and they have been behind me. So I feel like I really got a lot of chance to be accepted in the Moncton Society. I also write columns today. I'm still a student and I don't have any background in journalism, but I write a column for Acadie Nouvelle. So every Saturdays, you can go and read me anytime. But yes, I feel like I have been building these connections just by being who I am, just by being jovial, just by being openly happy. And it's still a good journey.
That's really inspiring. And you seem to be such a busy student. How are you balancing your life with studies? And I know you work as well.
Yes, I do. Well, I used to say jokingly, I said that when I'm going to have children, when I'm going to get married, I won't have time maybe to get involved this much. But I really prioritize, I came here for my studies firstly, so they are my top priority, but I think I can still find a balance there because I don't have a family here, I don't have children, so I have time to just walk. Maybe it's kind of weird just to be walking, but my parents sent me here for a goal and I want to focus on it. Maybe after I'm going to graduate, I'll have time for more fun, but at this time, I just want to focus on my education and my career.
You have spoken so many inspiring words and words that show a lot of strength. And I believe that there are so many students, international students out there that could borrow one or two things from you. What would be your top 3 things or messages to international students, especially those struggling, still trying to find their footing, trying to integrate here?
Well, I would say resilience. Things haven't always been easy for me. I struggled when I came here firstly to find a job, to find a position in my field of study while still being bilingual. And this is, I feel like this is everybody's reality. And I had a job, but not in my field of study, so it was really tough for me. And I would say be resilient. And I know that so many students, they struggle with various issues, financial, cost of living, mental health. And I would say just don't be afraid. Get out of your comfort zone, diversify your network. Don't just have friends in school. I have friends in so many fields today, and it is really helpful for me. And I would say keep connection with your family. Keep connection with your family back there. No matter how old you are, no matter if you had a wife, a husband, children, or if you are just like me, you left your parents back there, keep connection with them, because sometimes you will feel really down and you would want to, call back home and see how it goes. And don't feel shy to connect with people of the same country as you here, because you never know, just like I did with you. And I'm a Nigerian that speaks French, but I'm really trying to, still be this bridge between the English and the French side. It's kind of difficult because I live in French, I work in French, I study in French. Like all my posts are mostly in French because the students that I represent are French students. The organizations that I mostly work with are French organizations, so all of my posts are mostly in French. And I would say just be out there, and things are hard, but stay strong.
Beautiful. Talking about being a bridge, one of the purposes of this show is to bridge the gap between immigrants and locals by talking about who we are as immigrants. And I know that you have done a lot of work as the president of the International Students Association. What would you have to say to locals who are asking why are there so many international students coming into the country? Because I have heard, from tabloids and some news that international students are the cause for the rising increase in the cost of housing. And, there's been a lot of things tied to that. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, I have said it in the past. We international students are being the scapegoats of so many issues today, cost of living, the housing crisis. And it is pretty unfair because to be an international student in Canada, you spend a lot of money. The process is not cheap. Your family they have to do a lot of sacrifices. And you're not coming here illegally. You pay fees to be here, you pay taxes, you work while being a student. And during the pandemic, so many articles, sources there show that international students, one of the reasons that the immigration, they raised the limit of working hours is because we needed them, international students, to fill so many open positions, and they worked, they did the job. So I feel like an international student is not a threat. He's not a threat because he's coming here to have access to education. He's coming here to be part of the community. He's coming here to contribute. And Canada is a multicultural country, and you can be a multicultural country just being with people like you, just being with white people. This is Black History Month. You need Black people to, build this multicultural society, and international students are the answers to that. New Brunswick is a bilingual province, but most of the people here, they speak English, so the French side is really minority. That's why I try to keep my posts in French, to give more strength to the French side. So the Francophone international students are contributing to give life to this to French language. We are part of this game. We understand the challenges because we constantly feel and live in these challenges. So we are not a threat. We come here to have access to education. We come here legally. We pay fees. We pay taxes. We contribute, we work, we pay so expensive fees for education, and we have the right to be part of the community as anybody else.
Thank you. Such profound words. You actually answered my next questions. I was going to ask why Canada, why New Brunswick, but you mentioned already being bilingual, and Canada being diverse. Is there
being
anything?
Diverse? I would say that my parents, before coming here, we had a choice between South Korea. The process was pretty long, and that was already 20 years old. My parents was like, okay, the process is going to take almost 1 year, and you are going to get there and learn the language. So they were like, just go to a country that was bilingual. So we thought about the United States, but according to what we saw on social media, it's kind of rough. So many things were happening there. So my parents was like, Canada is going to be expensive, but at least it is calm. And I'm a lady, so my parents felt that Canada is going to be a sweet, a nice place for a young, growing lady. So that's one of the reasons they sent me there, because they felt like it was a peaceful country, and I would have access to the education that they needed me to have access to.
And that's true, yeah. And we find it also very welcoming too.
Yes, yes.
So what are your future plans?
Well, with immigration policies, I don't really want to talk about the future because you may have dreams, but I don't know what Canada is going to give me in the next years. I don't know if I'm going to graduate next year, and I don't know if I will have the right to stay in Canada after that. So I am firstly aiming to have a legal status. So after my graduation, I would see if I will have the right to stay in Canada after that. And professionally, I still see myself being involved in the community, still serving my community as a social worker or any other position. I would like to do a master's degree, still go back to school after my 5-year degree in social work. But yes, I don't really want to think about the future right now because I don't really know what Canada is going to give me. And leaving my country, leaving Africa when I was 20 years old and coming here, spending 5-6 years building this network, going back home is going to be hard because I don't have any professional network, so I will kind of have to start fresh. But it's still my country, so if Canada doesn't want me here after I graduate, I will have to go back to my country.
That is really deep words that you have said there.
Yes.
About not wanting to speak about the future.
Yes.
And the possibilities of maybe not being able to stay here.
Yes.
And all. I believe that you would be a great part of the community, which you already are.
Thank you.
And being bilingual here, you're doing a lot of work trying to bridge communities, cultures. That's really huge.
Yeah.
And I really wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
As a student.
As a professional.
As a professional, yes, that's right.
Thank you.
Some final words.
Yes. Well, we are soon going to be in the 8th March is coming, the International Women's Rights Day. I want to say to every woman out there that no matter where you come from, no matter your color, your race, your age, even if you have disabilities, there is a place for you at every table that you would want to sit at. You have the right to give your mind. You have the right to speak your mind. You have the right to dream. So please, let's just dream and build this community together and try to, you know, shape the world as we want it to be fair and more equity. So yeah, this is my last message.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been very inspirational.
Thank you.
To hear from you, to hear this very profound words.
Thank you.
From a person as young as you.
Thank you.
I feel like you speak as though you don't have much to say about the future, but I've heard a lot about the future just listening to you here. Honestly.
Well, thank you.
And I have been able to draw some strength from your words, from your experiences.
Thank you.
And also from the responsibilities that you carry on as a student, as an international student, as an immigrant.
As a firstborn.
Oh, you are a firstborn.
Yes, I am.
Now I can see where that resilience is coming from as well. Well, thank you honestly for coming to share with us.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully you are being able to share some of who you are, what it means to be first African, Nigerian, Francophone, international student,
world citizen, everything.
World citizen, I really love that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you and have a nice evening.
We will be looking out for more of some of the work that you are doing and
thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.